What is up? I'm Jared Welch. Welcome to another edition of the Racing Dudes Kentucky Derby rankings. So obviously we've been doing this each and every week as we're getting closer to the Kentucky Derby. Guys, we are almost a month away. The final preps are this weekend. Of course, with the Arkansas Derby and the Florida Derby. Next weekend, we've got the Bluegrass, the Wood, and the San Antonio Derby. Of course, the UAE Derby this weekend. It's really coming to a head here as we get closer to the Kentucky Derby. So again, each week at racingdudes.com, we are ranking our top 10 horses. Halterman and I are part of the NTRA poll, which is the National Thoroughbred Racing Association. And we rank each and every week with some of the industry experts. We also, as you guys know, Jon White, big fan of the show and Racing Dudes. Really, he's an honorary dude at this point. Great friends with Jon White. He's also ranking horses within the NTRA poll, of course. So we decided to go ahead and add him to the top, to our three consensus overall picks to include that at the top 10. So without further ado, let me pull up the list here. And again, I want to make one note. So some of these are going to be, you'll see from John's rankings and our rankings, like, Chief Wallaby is a great example. You know, Halterman and I, we both have him at 2, whereas John has him at 10. So the way John has ranked him, whether you agree or not agree, there's really no specifications on how you need to rank them as it relates within the NTRA poll. Some people rank them based off of what they think they will be. Think that we're going to win the Derby or whatever. But some will rank them what they've done right on the track. And it's really, so it's not the perfect list, let's put it that way. But Chief Wallaby, obviously, a horse has not won a stakes race, has got all the hype in the world. We'll see if it comes to fruition this weekend in the Florida Derby. But, the way John's ranking these horses, Renegade at 8, Silent Tactic doesn't have ranked. I don't know that I agree with that. I'll get to that in a second. But some horses like Nearly, Potente, horses that still have some proving to do. He's got him lower ranked than the other ones. So let's get into the 10 through. We'll start with 10 through 6 to start off. So Potente, I mentioned at 10. I've got him at 9. Halterman didn't rank him at all, and John's got him at 9. Horses that did not make the list that were just missed, meaning somebody within the top 3. I should say that within Halterman, me, and John. Someone ranked, and then just the way the top 10 worked, they didn't fall in the top 10. But the Puma and Pavlovian, those were two horses that were ranked. I believe John had a Pavlovian all the way to 5. You can see the full article at racingdudes.com to see how everybody ranked. But Potente, back to Potente. John's got him at 9. I've got him at 9. Halterman's not got him ranked. I think Halterman's had him kind of in and out of that top, that 9-10 spot. And obviously with last weekend with Full Effort and Emerging Market kind of bounced out of there. But Potente certainly in that fringe. And listen, guys, these next 2 weeks are really going to be, the difference. This list is going to look drastically different in the next 2 weeks than it does right now. So, the calm before the storm, because a bunch of these horses are even running this weekend. Full Effort, had a nice race. Well, I've got at 10. Halterman's got at 10. John's at 6. Had a nice race to the Jeff Ruby Stakes. Seems like the horse that you'll want to bet underneath. He's got that late running kick. I mean, final Gambit last year, it kind of looks like him. Kind of similar route to get here. Reminds me a lot of that horse. I don't know that he can win, although he is coming in the race in a good way. But definitely seems like a horse that you would want to use underneath. Silent Tactic we'll see this weekend. A bunch of these horses, again, we're going to see this weekend. Silent Tactic, I've got him at 4. John doesn't even have him ranked, and Hiram's got him at 8. So we're all kind of all over the place with him. I think this is a huge proving race for him this weekend against the 7-horse Renegade, whereas, kind of similar rankings. I have him at 8. Halterman's got him all the way at 5, and John's got him at 8. So Renegade, Silent Tactic, those two matching up in the Arkansas Derby. We'll get to see those two. See what Silent Tactic could do. He did not take over class president last out in the Rebel, although ran a very good race. Now he gets to stablemate Renegade. Let's see if he can take him down. I expect both these horses to run very well, so we'll see how those horses rank after this weekend. And then Nearly, another horse we'll see this weekend in the Florida Derby. I've got him at 6. Halterman's got him at 4. And John's got him at 7. I mean, listen, stop me if you heard this before. A lot of these horses need to prove themselves in these last preps, and nearly feels like it's been 2 years since he's ran. And we'll see him this weekend and again in the Florida Derby and see if that ranking holds up, if he falls down, or if he goes up the list. So nearly is a good horse, a good example of a horse that has a lot to prove, but also has the class to do it. All right, if you guys haven't done so already, go over to racingdudes.com. Check out our brand new betting Bibles we have available on the website. We have them this weekend for the Florida Derby and the Arkansas Derby right there in your dashboard. No more PDFs. You don't have to mess around with trying to see if we have the latest version and if the scratches are out, if the updates have been made. It's all right there in your dashboard. They're all made. Instant updates, instant scratch updates, all that good stuff. Wagering calculators, top fours from everybody at racingdudes.com, including Jon White. You really, race breakdowns, pace analysis, how we're going to bet each race, whether you like the exacta trifecta, our best bet of that race, whatever you're looking for. I guarantee you it's in the Racing Dudes Betting Bible. Now better than ever. You get them for free. That's right, for free. If you're a premium subscriber. So head on over to racingdudes.com, subscribe, because now is a great time. We're going to have 2 this weekend and then 3 next weekend. So do the math. There's 5 there. And each one costs $30, or you can get them all for free for as low as $70 a month. All right, let's go to our top 5 now. Paladin. This is another horse that we'll see not this weekend, but the next at number 5, Paladin, the Bluegrass. I've got a 5. Halterman's got a 3. John's got a 3. So we're a little bit different, but very much in the top 5 there with Paladin. Listen, he's one of those horses. I don't know that out of the top 10 or the 10 through 6 we just mentioned, I don't know. Maybe Renegade. I don't know that there's any of those horses that I could see going into the Derby or after the preps are done being number 1 on the list, on our list anyways. Paladin's one that I could see being there, right? And so I think he's got the class, he got the ability. He's just got to kind of have that big race here, and that would be the Bluegrass. So Class President, another one. I don't know that I could see him to be a number 1, but I've got him at 3. Halterman's got him at 6. John's got him at 4. Listen, him and Chief Wallaby for me are the 2 horses that are very similar in terms of did something their first kind of try, meaning first stakes race or first stakes round 2 turn, first stakes for Chief Wallaby. It was the second stakes race for Class President, but going 2 turns has to make that big step up, show that they are legit, prove that where we have them ranked is the right spot. Class President, they haven't really said, if he runs in the Bluegrass against Paladin, that will be a very good test and a very good race. So I'd love to see him come back there. If they train up to the Derby, don't like that at all. So we'll see what happens there. The new horse on the list, Emerging Market, at number 3. And part of that reason why he's ranked all the way to 3 is John has him number 1. That's right. He liked it that much that Jon White's got Emerging Market after that to number 1. Now we'll see what happens this weekend with the Florida Derby. I'm sure that could change. But right now he's got him 1. Me and Halterman both ranked him at 7. They're saying they're probably going Kentucky Derby with him. Again, another lightly raced horse. I thought he ran well. It was his big first test, Louisiana Derby. He was battled with Pavlovian, and he edged him out. I think he can only get better from there. With that said, it's not the greatest path to get to the Derby. 3-star, on your 3rd start, the Kentucky Derby. Obviously, Taba tried to do that, did not work too well. The Derby's a different monster. So, do I think he's very good? Yes, I'm kind of cautious about the Kentucky Derby with him. Chief Wallaby at 2, a Commandment 1. So those are your 1, 2. Very clearly, I've got him at 2. Halterman and I both have the exact same 1, 2. Again, John had Chief Wallaby at 10. That seems kind of high on the list, if you ask me. And Commandment, John's got it 2. So we'll see. Again, this list is kind of whatever at this point. This weekend and next weekend, we'll really start to hone in on this list and get a better idea of where these horses are going and how they perform in these races. All right, guys, that's going to do it for the top 10. If you want full analysis of this top 10, go over to racingdudes.com. All the link down below, and let me know in the comments what you thought of this list. Who do you like? Who do you not like? Who's off the list that you are excited to see, whether it be in the Kentucky Derby or in some of these final prep races? Again, go to racingdudes.com and check out the betting Bibles for this race, for the Florida Derby and the Arkansas Derby. And hit that like, subscribe, and notification on this video if you've enjoyed it, or even if you didn't. We appreciate it. All right, guys, until next time, I'm Jared Welch. Good luck.